Tonight, millions are under the threat of severe weather again, with tornado risk from Tennessee to New York. Multiple funnel clouds whipped across several states Friday, sending debris flying and causing lots of damage. CBS's Jonah Kaplan is in Rochester, Minnesota, where the cleanup effort is underway. Jonah.
Jerika, good evening. This is what happens after the storm moves out, right? It's a storm of uncertainty. And look at the trash, the piles over here, the debris. Look at the insulation littering the fence. And then you have the toys over here. When the blue skies come out, this is when the disaster is in clear view. And for all these families, they have to pick up the pieces.
This is what organized chaos really looks like. Families, friends, and recovery crews picking up the pieces from a tornado that ripped through southeast Rochester. Troy Holmberg took this video of an EF2 twister with peak winds up to 125 miles per hour whipping through his neighborhood.
At first it was exciting, but then when you watch it roll into your own neighborhood and you know that your friends and your neighbors are in the path of it, it's very scary.
More than a dozen homes were damaged or destroyed here, but thankfully no one was hurt, and residents now have to rebuild.
Step one is just we're trying to get power back on. You know, we're all on wells, so without power we don't have water.
Call 911.
The tornado in Rochester was one of several severe weather events this week that struck across vast swaths of the Midwest, from the plains through the Great Lakes. In Illinois, you could see the moment this massive tornado knocked out power to the village of Lena. The destructive systems caused 800 damaging storm reports, dozens of twisters, and dangerous flooding. Back in Rochester, the community continues the very long process of recovery, but they're doing it together.
What do you learn from this?
I've learned that people are awesome.
It's just a mess everywhere. I mean, look, that used to be a garage, so the teamwork, it's going to be needed a lot. When I talk to neighbors here, they say this is a process, Jerika. It's not going to take weeks or months. It's probably going to take years.
Absolutely. Jonah Kaplan, thank you. And there is more severe weather on the way. Let's check in with CBS News meteorologist Andrew Kozak.
That's right, Jerika. Good evening. You know, so much to talk about with severe weather. Over 24 severe thunderstorm reports yesterday, tornado reports, but also we're dealing with the lack of moisture. That's wildfire and smoke. This is the smoke forecast. Places like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina dealing with a drought situation. And sure, so much of the country is, but you might be surprised to learn that it's the southeast, usually a very wet portion of the country this time of year, is seeing a serious lack of rain and thunderstorms, and that's leading to more fire danger. So we've got some fire weather alerts for Sunday. Of course, the Midwest also dealing with that. It's due to a serious lack of humidity, gusty winds, and dry soils for all of these areas. And you would think with this front that gave some severe weather to the Midwest yesterday and today that we would get rain, but it's not going to be that much for the southeast. It'll be for the northeast with overnight and Sunday showers, but it's the colder air that will take the top headline in the northeast, staying dry, cooler, but very dry in the southeast. Fire danger continues for the Midwest. Jerika?
All right, Andrew, thank you.